No TV network wants to buy a show, sell it to an advertiser, or promote it to its subscriber base if another network in the same market is doing similar. It just doesn't work. All networks will buy for their exclusive window, so non-exclusive is not an option with a brand new show. It takes the same effort to sell 1 times 52-minute show as it does to sell 10 times 52-minute series. No bulk discounts apply for selling 10 rather than 1. It's also a lot easier to schedule 10 times 52 minutes, and it gives an advertiser the reach and frequency they require for their desired audience. It's a nice schedule block to fill for the buyer, including the repeats. It also allows the network to hook the viewer into a new series and gauge how it really performs. This also gives a far greater chance of repeat business to the producer in terms of making a second season. Channels are already thinking season 2 after the first couple of eps of season 1 if it reaches its required expectation. When a show is sold and released, it is always broadcast on an exclusive basis using what is known as the first window. Generally, this is the network who commissioned it, or if international, the channel that bought it first. Or like Netflix, they will want to exploit their exclusive window first and hold back all other forms of broadcast or sales until they have maximized it to their own subscriber base. This is how movies were sold in the past, to the movie house first, then to sell-through video, then to the highest TV bidder, normally a pay TV channel, and then they would be broadcast on a normal free-to-air channel maybe as much as a year later. Remember, one-off shows are a very hard sell. It's as easy to sell 10 eps as it is to sell a one-off show. You don't get discounts for selling more hours. It's incredibly hard to schedule a one-off as well. It's very hard to sell to an advertiser because there's no frequency, there's no opportunity for them to build their ad campaigns around the TV show itself. Blue chip special docs are the ones that get the slots, not our little documentaries that we might be making on some other subject. And also documentaries that feature maybe the death of some famous person or a celebrity or some huge world event. These are the things that work. So don't always think series, don't think individual shows themselves. There are thousands of television formats out there, however, only a handful get to make the primetime schedule. Generally, the big ones that you see are tried and tested via a big commercial network in the big territory. It is important to create a production Bible along with this. This is the A to Z of how the show is structured. All its content, all the elements relating to it, including the graphics and the studio props. Think The Voice. It looks the same everywhere and in every country. This maintains the integrity of the show, not allowing for variations of a theme to muddy the waters of the original IP. However, if it needs to be modified for specific markets such as China, then do so, but retain that new version of the IP also. For example, if you look at MasterChef, MasterChef was one of the most amazing formats to come out into the marketplace, but it also was placed in a number of territories, but it was replicated exactly as the original was in Australia. These type of formats are great because they're studio-based, they don't require locations, and it's vitally important that the structure of them is maintained in terms of the integrity of the show and how the competition unfolds. If you look at a show like Pop Idols, it's fantastic for long-running television because what you do is you have a whole bunch of rehearsals. You can do rehearsals in various locations around the country. It's great for advertisers. It gives great reach and frequency. And it's fantastic for long-running TV. It also gives a lot of social media interaction with the audience. And it's just one of these shows that you can just fill a schedule with, which means it's very, very cheap television at the end of the day. Promos, episodes on Vimeo to screen, produced to 4K spec, Apple ProRes files, for example, split audio tracks, time-coded guide scripts, music cue sheets, publicity images, reviews, ratings of the initial premiere. These are all standard contractual obligations. Many years ago when HD came into the marketplace, I was talking to a Brazilian friend of mine and he was saying that many of these telenovelas where they use these beautiful women, they're basically the soapies that they sell around the world. They'd started to sell these shows into the marketplaces that had high definition. And what was happening was that the makeup that they were using on the beautiful models and the women was looking diabolical on high definition television. So what had to happen was that all the makeup artists in Brazil and the various other countries that were producing these amazing Latin American telenovelas had to change their whole makeup system and be retaught how to apply makeup to suit the high definition television.